Guys, what is up? Welcome back, Pitas. How we doing? I know it's been a fat minute since I came on here, but that was for good reasoning. I just went to Weebcon 2026 in Texas with my best friend Javier. So shout out to him for going with me. It was super fun, super dope. That's actually what I want to come on here and talk about before we get into any actual games. I actually wanted to review my experience at WeebCon and show you some of the stuff that I got. Hopefully, you guys will like it. Trying to make my stream look a little nicer. So hopefully. If you've never been to a convention, this was my first anime convention, so I'll give you like a little experience about that too. This is not my first like actual convention. I've been to like two, I think, already. Like like um like movie conventions, where you get to see like the Marvel and Star Wars movie actors and show actors. So those are really cool. But this is my first anime convention. It was actually really nice. Everybody there was super nice. All the fans were super nice. All their people that were cosplaying were super nice. They had amazing suits. They all did a great job. I wish I could have taken photos with them, but I mean, I don't want to bother them. But everybody looked and was just super nice, super nice. So if you're ever afraid of going to an anime convention, go ahead. I suggest going with a buddy. I went with Javier. It was super fun going with him. Especially if you're gonna wait in line, a lot. It's better to be with somebody than just like kind of standing there because that's just kind of awkward standing like next to nobody. You know. I mean, maybe if you're an outgoing person and you like making friends really easily, that's your place. But I'm just saying, if you don't like really like waiting in line by yourself, definitely invite somebody that you know. Um, Other than that, we're gonna go and get started. So it was a 3-day event. It was Friday, Saturday, Sunday. This is being recorded Monday morning. So happy belated Easter to anybody that celebrates. If you don't, happy Monday morning or happy belated Sunday. You know. Um, it was really fun. You had to get there, or I would want to get there super early because I had like a bunch of signatures that me and Javier wanted to get. So that's really fun. They had a bunch of other stuff too. They have a cosplay contest. They had a maid cafe. Kind of wish I could have gone to that one. I didn't really get the chance. Because we're kind of in line a lot of the time. But maybe next time. Maybe next time. Some other stuff they had some good food. I didn't have any, but I've seen other people eat it, and it looked really good. They had a bunch of shops, all like any shop you could name. It was probably there, like anime related, like stickers, charms, plushies, Funko Pops, action figures, standees, art. Basically, porn was there. Like, I'm not even gonna lie about it. What else was there? More Funko Pops, more Funko Pops. Um, and oh, yeah, props. You got crap ton of props out there. Um, what else? Let's see what else was there. Um, oh, mm, they had some they had gamer subs. That was pretty dope. I definitely want to review that on the channel here. Never had it. Had G Fuel one time. It tastes like butt cheeks, but definitely want definitely want to try gamer subs. Um, I'm pretty sure, like if I'm not mistaken, they had like a VTuber like store, like where you can get some like technology or stuff for like VTubers. But beyond stores, like I said, they have other stuff. They had multiple floors, 3 floors. So they had like Oshi Village, which was pretty dope. You could like meet all these VTubers. I've personally never watched a VTuber, so I didn't really know anybody or like really want to go personally like look for somebody. But I mean, I went up there and I checked it out. It was pretty dope. It was really cool. I actually took a photo with this standee of a VTuber. I honestly have no idea who this is, but I thought it was pretty funny. So if you guys know who this is, let me know. Maybe we can collab. Maybe we can collab. It was look pretty dope. Oh, there you go. I'm pretty sure the name is Natty Boop. So if you are watching this, it's pretty cool to get to take a photo with your standee. Um, yeah, no, like I just never watched a VTuber, so I mean, no, hey, they seemed pretty cool when we were there. They're all walking around and stuff with their cameraman. They're on the third floor with their fans. That was pretty dope. They had another section was just like straight games. You could rent games and play them with everybody. They had like an archery section was pretty dope. I didn't really want to do that, so I didn't hop in there. In the back, on the third floor, they had like a bunch of like retro games, which was pretty cool. Shout out the game Mr. Driller. Me and Javier and another guy that we met there, he was super dope. We were playing that at least for an hour one night. I don't even know what the game is because we were just playing it. I've never heard of it before, but it was a pretty fun game. I mean, it was a crazy game, but yeah, if you've never played it, definitely go check it out. It's such a niche game. I've never heard of that. Maybe if you guys heard of that, let me know. They had a manga manor section where you're supporting local manga artists, which was pretty cool. That was pretty cool. Um, what else was up there? Oh, they had on the second floor, they had some musicians. That was really cool. They musicians were really nice. You know, when you'd be going up the floors, they'd be playing on their guitars, and it was really cool. They had a lot of cool artists. I mean, personally, I've never heard of them, but it was pretty dope. I think they had like a little laser tag inflatable thing, which was pretty cool. I didn't go in there, but it looked pretty dope. And then I know at the end of the night they had the 18 plus events. I think by that time me and Javier kind of pooped out, so we didn't really stay for those or like the rave. We wanted to go to the rave initially, but we didn't stay because that was the day that we had to get there super early. That was Saturday. I remember we got there super early and we were there like all day long. We were just like, no, we're pooped. We want to go home. That was a long day. I'm gonna tell you that right now. That was just a long day. Um, what else is there? I mean, they had a lot of places so you could take photos. There's a lot of standees, as you saw me with that VTuber one. I took a photo with the Vigilantes, My Hero Vigilantes one, which was super cool. I was super excited to see those. Speaking of standees, I was trying to look for a shop. I didn't see one, but I saw a lot of people buy them. So I don't know where they got those. So I'm definitely wanting to get a standee, like of an anime character, because I think that'd be dope. But I don't know where to get any. So if you guys know, let me know. That'd be pretty cool. That'd be pretty cool. Um, well, I'm just trying to think of the other, you know, locations that were at the event before I get into like what I bought, because I don't want to not say anything, so you guys can get kind of idea what was there. And then, oh, so obviously there's the voice actors. You know, everybody went to go see them. They were very cool at Weebcon. They got in a few Japanese voice actors, which I'll get into in a minute when I get over who I got to see and who I didn't. Um, but that was pretty dope that they had those. I always think it's really cool when you bring in Japanese voice actors because I watch sub, so that's who I'm listening to. That's who like I love listening to. No offense to the dubbed, I prefer sub. You know, I will listen to dub if I need to, but I'm just saying. But that was pretty cool. I'm pretty sure it's mostly it. Though they had a lot of panels too. You know, let's say example like the Attack on Titan voice actors there. They would have an AOT panel, which is pretty dope, or My Hero panel. That'd be pretty awesome too. I think I sat in on one. I think it was the Attack on Titan one for like 5 minutes, and then like it ended as soon as I walked in there. I was like, oh. But like I said, most of the time I was in line or I was looking around like at shops with my friend Javi. So, um, other than that, because that's already like a lot. Like that's pretty going on. Like this is all going on at the same time. So that was pretty cool. It was at the Gaylord Texan. I don't know if I said that. It was a huge place. Huge, 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 huge. We didn't stay there. I was just at my friend Javier's house, but it's whatever. It was pretty cool. I really didn't want to spend money on that. I don't have that type of money, so. But I'm pretty sure for all the people that stood there, like at the hotel, I think they had like a really good time. They had like a swimming pool. The place is really, really nice. It's a really nice resort. Maybe in a few years it'll come back. That'd be really cool. Maybe next year we'll be back there. That'd be awesome. But I think WaveCon moves around throughout Texas, so I don't know. We'll see. I definitely want to go back next year. It's super cool. It was super cool. Um, Other than that, let's go ahead and get started. So the way I'm gonna kind of break this down, I'm gonna go day by day, and then I'm gonna go like within the days, like who I saw first or like what I bought, stuff like that. So, starting off with Friday, I think I got there around what time did I get there? I think it got there around like 2. I think that's when it kind of opened, like 2-ish. And the first thing I wanted to do on that day, because I already had like I said, a schedule with Javier, because I wanted to. We were writing down the voice actors we wanted to see, and so we we kind of put them in order. Like we got to see this person first, or else we're not going to see him at all, and then kind of like a descending order, kind of like okay, we can kind of see this person later, this person later. Like a lot of the lines were very busy because everybody has their favorite like characters, but like as the day goes on, like those lines get shorter, so you're more willing to like stay in the line. But I really wanted to see all the people. There was only like a few people that I had to see right away in the morning because I knew if I didn't, either I would miss them or I would be in line for like the entire day and I'd miss everybody else. But the first person I did see, super cool. You guys seen Don Don? Oh, wrong one. Have you guys seen Don Don? I got to see Okaroon first. Pretty dope. His voice actor was pretty amazing. He got to set the mood for me at Weebcon. He was super nice. I got to talk to him about Okaroon, season 3, hopefully when it comes out, and he was super nice about it. His signature is pretty cool. Like I said, I had never gone to like an anime convention before, so I wasn't really used to like the markers that they use, which I don't know, they're not Sharpie. They're like I don't want to call them paint markers, but kind of the same idea, which are super nice. And I didn't realize you have to let it dry first, because again, like I said, this is my first one. Like I have like 2 other signatures from when I went to the other conventions, which were like movie and TV show actors, and like they use Sharpies, so like Sharpie kind of dries super fast. Like I didn't really think about it, but I kind of like I said, I didn't know, and the Okarin signature kind of got smushed a little bit on the plastic. But I mean, it's still really dope. You could definitely see it, but I was kind of upset about it. But it's whatever. It's still pretty cool. Most of these Funko Pops, I'm gonna put on my back in my manga collection. But for the ones that I like really, really, really enjoyed, or like it doesn't really have a spot in my manga collection because like it doesn't fit, I'm gonna put them back here because one, I'm trying to like I said, get my stream, at least this area, like when I talk to you and I'm not gaming, make it look a little nicer. But if it's not over here, it does not mean I did not. It's not my favorite. It's probably in my manga section and it fits. But like my Dandadan manga Funko Pops, they fit. They don't fit in my manga section, but they fit like right above. If anybody's seen my like gaming stream, they know like I have like Galactus and all the other Funko Pops on top of my bookshelf. So that's usually where my Dandadan ones are. So if you're like Josh, why is this one over there? Don't be like, oh, Josh hates this person. No, 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 it's not true at all. I appreciate everybody that's signed my Funko Pops. I really, or everything. They're all super nice and amazing people. I'm super like lucky to have met them. But it's just some people don't fit, some people do fit, but that's that. Or some people like I just don't have like a spot for them, so I don't know where I'd put them. But yes, Okaroon was super dope to me. Dope to me. I was super excited. Um, since it was an anime con, I'm going to talk about anime. It just makes sense, especially like anime related to me. So you'll learn a lot about anime that I like. But if anybody knows me, they know I like the Dandadan manga. It's one of my favorite mangas and slash animes. Um, like the first anime I've ever seen was JJK. My friend Javier put me on. He got me into anime, and then I saw My Hero, and then I got into Dandadan. Dandadan. He put me on to Dandadan. I remember when I watched it first. Like I watched it first before I started reading it. But when I watched it, it was like such like a weird like dopamine hit like that I couldn't put down. But it was just like super weird, and I instantly fell in love with the love story, and then like the sci-fi and the extraterrestrial slash paranormal side of it. So it's just all around amazing anime. If you haven't seen it, definitely check it out. It's such a cool anime. I love the love story. The love story is my favorite, but I do love all aspects of it. So I was really excited to get to meet some of the voice actors from the show. So I was really excited. These are some of my favorite people I got to meet. And then Abby Trott, I got her to sign my Momo and my Magic Funko Pop. But I'll show you the Magic one in a second. But this was super dope. I was super excited to get both of these. Like I said, I love the love story between these two. So it was just super amazing. Abby Trott, such an amazing voice actor, super nice lady. She was super nice. These people set the morning for me, set Weebcon up for me. Think, reminding me it's gonna be such a great day. They really care for their fans. I think that was really dope. So thank you, both of you. This was the Magic one. I was super excited to get this one signed because, like I said, I love Marvel Rivals, and this is my first Marvel Rivals Funko Pop signed by a Marvel Rivals voice actor. It was super dope. So if you guys don't know, Abby Trott voices Magic and Lady Loki in Marvel Rivals. So that was super cool. That was super, super cool. There was some other Marvel Rivals voice actors there, but I didn't get to see them, sadly. But hopefully in the future, I will get to see them. So, I don't know if you guys know, but like I said, I stream Marvel Rivals, and one of my goals is I want to be like one of the biggest, biggest, biggest Marvel Rivals streamers. I'm not saying I want to be great at the game. Obviously, like I do, but like I just am not, and that's just how it's gonna be. Like I'll obviously get better, hopefully, but like I'm not gonna be like god tier. But I do still want to be like one of the biggest Marvel Rival streamers. Like I love talking about the game. I love playing the game. It's just all around. I love the game. So I try to like really implement it into my stream. But I was super excited about this one on top of getting my Momono and so if you guys noticed, I have my Rivals Funko Pops back here. So I was super excited to get this one to be able to put it back there so you guys could see it. So that was super dope. There you go. She goes right next to Luna Snow. And then I don't know if you guys have seen this one, but obviously if you guys are a fan of the stream, I don't have like a PC. I just use my laptop to stream. That's why my quality is not the best. But when I do get a stream, I will be ready because I bought a Team Liquid Rivals keyboard PC. Oh, not PC, sorry. Definitely not a PC, a keyboard or keycaps. And these are super dope. These are Spider-Man Marvel Rivals Edition. If you haven't checked these out, definitely look them up. But these are super cool. I definitely want to, when I get my PC set up eventually, whenever I buy one, I'll definitely remind you guys. But yeah, it kind of just sits back there waiting with my other Marvel Rivals stuff. Okay. Next person I saw, the Hawks voice actor for My Hero. If you guys have not seen this, My Hero, definitely go check it out. It's such a great anime. This guy's super nice, super nice, super nice. We got to talk to him also, like while we were waiting, while he's signing it. Super cool. I was telling him I definitely love to see him in Dandadan, especially as the Umbrella Yokai. If you know who I'm talking about, super cool character. And he was telling me how he expressed so much interest playing that character. So hopefully, I'll be really. Oh my god, excuse me, sorry. But that would be super dope if he got to be in that show. It'd be so amazing. He was telling, like I said, he's talking about how much he's talked about it himself. So hopefully that'd be really dope. Hawks is such a cool character in My Hero. It was super cool to get to meet him finally in person. And I'm definitely excited to watch some other stuff that he's in. Like there's another anime out called Gachi Akuta, I'm pretty sure. He's in there, so I'm really excited to watch that. Excuse me. Sorry, guys. So I definitely want to see more from him. I know he's in Fire Force 2. I definitely want to start that anime. So there goes that. I definitely let you guys know about when I start those and finish those. So that'd be definitely really exciting. All right. So the next person I was gonna see was Chopper slash the Mineta voice actor, but she actually wasn't there for the rest of the day. So I kind of just missed her, which was that was my bad. But I was really excited I got to see her the next day. But who did I see at the end of the day on Friday? Because I know I saw those three voice actors. And then I kind of, what's it called? I'm pretty sure I saw one other person. Let me check. I don't want to be mistaken over here. Oh, yes. I just found it. Midnight from My Hero. Such a nice actress, man. She was super nice to me and my best friend. I got to ask her about My Hero Vigilantes, which was super dope. Super, super nice actress. I was so excited about meeting her, Everything about her was super nice. Everything. So that was really, really, really dope. I can't wait to go put those people in my Hero collection. Like I said, she was a super nice actress. She also voices Ymir in AOT, which is super nice. So there's that. If you have not met her, definitely go meet her. Like I said, she's super, super nice. Definitely go meet all these people. You know, these are super nice people. They love their fans, so definitely go meet them. And then, like I said, I didn't get to meet Chopper or Mineta. So after that, that was kind of just like it for voice actors I met that day. And so me and Javier just kind of started walking around the shops. I didn't really buy anything that day, I don't think. Yeah. Oh, well, no, I did buy something. Hold on, let me see if I can find it. I bought this really cool print of Momo. She's gonna be really. Oh, there you go. Oh, yeah, there you go. It's super cool. I really liked it. I'm not gonna lie. The reason I bought it is because the lady at the stand was super attractive. So, but no, no, it was super cool print too. I'm definitely gonna put it up on this wall over here. I don't know where. Maybe here. We get. Oh, that would be really dope. Or maybe I'll move this down and put that up there. That'd be super cool. It's a really nice print. So the artist did a really good job. For some of these artists, I'll put the links in the bio so that way you guys can definitely go check them out if you guys like the artwork or you want to go see more of what they have to offer. So definitely, be on the lookout for that. Because I got a lot of their information, like business cards, so I'll definitely be able to put that in the bio. Javier bought a lot of stuff. I didn't really buy a lot of stuff on the first day. I kind of bought it like later, and I also didn't buy like a lot of like other stuff. I mostly bought like my signatures, and those are like really really expensive. So my wallet was very upset. But other than that, I was really excited. Friend Javier, he bought some posters. I bought some posters. Saturday, I'll show you guys those in a minute. But he bought some keychains also, which are pretty dope, and then some stickers. So those are pretty cool. And that's about it. We didn't really buy much after that. After that, I think on Friday we went upstairs, we just looked around, and I guess we were playing Mr. Driller. That was super fun. We met somebody else. I can't remember his name, but if you're watching this, dude, it was super cool to meet you. Super cool man, super cool dude. And then we got to see him later in the convention later that week, so that was pretty cool. He was super nice. I know Javier has his contact information, so maybe like you guys will see him in a future stream when we're playing video games. But yeah, he was super nice. He's super, super nice dude. Other than that, like I said, there was an 18 plus event. I didn't really. We were about tired, so we didn't really want to go because, like I said, we got there super. I guess it wasn't really early, but they are ending the day early, kind of, to get ready for the next 2 days. But we didn't really want to stay, so we kind of just left. Next day, though, super busy. Oh my God, when I tell you it was busy, holy crap, it was busy that day. Oh my God, it was insane. We got there early because I think it opened up at 10 as opposed to 2. So we got there around like 9:30ish. Wow, it was busy as shit. Like, there's so many people, and you're like, Josh, it makes sense. It's like the day for the convention. You're right. You never been to a convention? How it kind of works is like Friday. I wouldn't say you have a lot of people. You definitely have a lot of people, especially like for like the 3 day pass fans. So you have all of them, and then Saturday's like your peak. So it goes Friday, Saturday, and then like Sunday's kind of like right here compared to Friday. If you can that kind of makes sense. Because Sunday, like after Sunday, or maybe on Sunday, a lot of your voice actors might be leaving early, or because they close the convention like at 6. Like Friday closed at 10, and then Saturday closed at like 2 a.m. Shops all closed at like 10, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, but you'll have like the 18 plus event till 12 or stuff like that. But the actors on Sunday, they'll probably like leave early. Like spoiler alert, I wanted to go see Mr. Aizawa from My Hero. I didn't get to see him because I found out he actually left early on Sunday because I had been going to see all these other people on Sunday. So that was kind of sad, but I mean, he probably has to go see his family and everything. So I'm not too worried. Probably see him another time, but. Yeah, so definitely keep that in mind. Like if you're going and you have all these people you want to plan, make sure you maybe just ask, like, hey, it's like, hey, is so and so gonna be like leaving early or stuff like that? Just keep that in mind. Um, but yeah, so kind of like Friday's pretty busy, and then Saturday's where you get your peak, and then Sunday it kind of falls off. But I don't want to say like everybody leaves. People still want to be there. There's a whole day left of the convention. But Yeah, so Saturday we got there pretty early, like I said, 9:30, something like that. Doors don't open till 10, so we're just in line. And then the absolute first person I saw, because I knew if I didn't stand in this guy's line right away, we would have taken forever to see him, was Ray Chase. Super amazing guy, bro. He is so many voices and so many different things. He is Sukuna in JJK. He is Chozo in JJK. But my favorite, not to bash his other roles, is Cyclops in X-Men '97. You guys know, you might be like, Josh, you're such a cyborg, Cyclops D rider. Yes, I am. I love Cyclops. I think he's so dope. Just like I think Wolverine's dope, I think Cyclops is dope, and I don't get why he doesn't get that hate. Why he used to get hate, like he used to. Like I know the movies didn't do him the best, but Cyclops is such a dope hero in his own right. He is the leader of the X-Men. As much as the movies say Wolverine is, Cyclops is the leader. And I think before X-Men '97, a lot of people didn't really respect Cyclops or gave him the love that he deserved or that he used to get. I told you, Ray Chase, this man single-handedly, well, I don't want to say single-handedly because everybody in the X-Men '97 cast and the writers did, and the animators did a phenomenal job at bringing the X-Men back to the spotlight. But this guy did a phenomenal job portraying Cyclops and who he was supposed to be, and bringing like an X-Men and not only Cyclops renaissance, I would say, to media. So I just wanted to give him a round of applause because he did absolutely amazing. I love him. Could not wait for season 2 of X-Men '97. But this was the one of the Funko Pops I was so excited about getting. I mean, I was excited about getting all these people, but this one was super. I was super excited. I love Cyclops, and like you guys know, I cannot wait for him to join Rivals. So hopefully next season, please join Rivals. But no, I was super excited about getting that one. That one was super. I was right here. I was right here. I cannot. I was so excited to see him early in the morning. And then next, let's see who was next. Oh yeah, yes. Next. Because I didn't want to miss her again. I went to go see Chopper and Mineta, voice actress. So she actually voiced both of these characters. So I got both of them signed. First off, Chopper from My Hero. Love Chopper, bro. Chopper is so funny. I love Chopper. If you've not seen One Piece, definitely check it out. It's such a long, but definitely sit through it. If you're kind of worried about watching it, definitely read the manga first. That way you can be like, oh, okay. Because you gotta go faster through the manga because there's not as many action shots that I guess take forever. But anime's amazing. I think it's super dope, especially when you get later in the season. The animation gets like 10 times better. But Chopper is so funny. I love Chopper. And I know a lot of people don't like Mineta, but I mean, I think he has some funny moments. So I like to, and I had his Funko Pop, so I wanted to get him signed. So I'm definitely excited to add these two to my collection. Lady was super nice. Same with Ray Chase. He was super nice. Um, both of those lines were kind of like a little wait. So, I got to stand in there. I was talking with Javier, seeing a bunch of cool cosplayers. But these pops were super nice. Was super excited to see them. Like I said, I love Chopper. He's super funny. I got some other Chopper merch, which I'll show you in a minute. But next up, like I said, JJK was my first anime that I ever watched. So my friend Javier, he started me at JJK Zero, which is the movie, which is the prequel to the show, and the manga is the prequel to the JJK manga. And so if you watch it, the main character initially used Yuta Akutsu. I think that's how you pronounce his last name. Sorry if I butchered that, but he is the main character. And so when I first watched it, not watching the series, I fell in love with Yuta. Now there's a lot of Yuta slander going around, whether it's a joke or not, but I fell in love with Yuta, so I love Yuta, not dissing Yuji, it's just I love Yuta more than him. And so I was so excited, so excited to meet the Yuta actor. They were super nice. I loved meeting them, bro. They were everything about them. They just wanted to. We were just talking all about Yuta, JJK. what they thought about voice acting the latest episode, the Sendai Colony. It was just super amazing. And the fact that like it was JJK Zero Funko Pop just brought it full circle. And the fact that I got to meet them with Javier, the guy that put me in to anime, was just so amazing. I was so excited. Like like I said, I'm all excited about all these, but this is where it all started, and I was super, super, super excited to get their signature. It just means a lot. Sorry. It was just so amazing. It was so amazing, and because of that, I actually ended up getting another signature from them because they were the goats. And this one I will definitely be putting in the stream section over here somewhere. This is my Yuta and Rika from JJK Zero. I have both of their signatures on here. It was super dope. So this is Yuta. This is Yuta's. This is Rika's. This was super, super cool. I was super excited to get this. This is just such a dope scene from the manga and the anime movie. Definitely, if you've not checked it out, go check it out. Super cool. But I was just so excited to get this one. And if you can guys notice, it says like to Josh, which is pretty cool. Oh, there you go. It's super really like this one. I didn't mind getting that on there because this was like my holy grail now. Especially for like Utah related. But I personally, if you guys don't know, I don't like my name on my signatures. It's like nothing like nothing like against anybody. It's just I don't like my name on there because like I didn't voice the characters, so like I want their name because if that's them. And I kind of some people get it written out to them. Like personally, that's just not like a me thing. So, but this one I had to get my name on there. It's super dope, super amazing. Like this, I'm actually just like I'm excited about all of these, but like these are like the peaks. These are the peaks, bro. Like I'm telling you, these were amazing. These were super amazing. And so, I just can't get over how amazing that was. Hey, what's up? Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. We're talking about my time at Weebcon 2026. Thank you for stopping by. But yeah, no, that was super amazing, super dope, super dope. And then after we saw Yuta, we actually went to go see Maki from JJK, which was super dope. So her voice actress was super, super nice too. Oh, there you go. I don't know if you guys can see that. Yeah, she was super, super nice. Um, like I said, I saw JJK Zero, and so I saw, Yuta and Maki. So I love Maki too. Maki's such a dope hero, or sorcerer, Jujutsu sorcerer. And then especially when she got her own, episode against the Zenin clan, amazing animation. So we were talking about that with her. It was super cool, super cool. So to be able to meet Yuta and Maki was just so amazing. Two peas in a pod, really. I was super excited about meeting both of them. It's super nice people. Like I said, we got to talk to them all, like, while we were getting our signatures. And right after that, it was super, super dope. And then right after that, we actually got to see um, another famous actress, and My Hero, or sorry, JJK, and My Hero. So the Rika voice actress got her signature like I showed you, but she also voices Mirko, which is super, super dope for My Hero. I was super excited to meet her. She was super nice, super, super nice. It meant the absolute world to meet her, especially since she voiced Rika. Like I love her in Mirko, but she's Rika too. Holy Grail, really amazing, really amazing. Super nice, super nice. And then I think the last signature I got. No, sorry, I had two more from that day. Next was my first ever Japanese voice actor. This is Denji from My Hero. If you can kind of see, let's see if I can. So it's okay. Let me see if I can. Hold on. I know it's kind of hard because of the. Let's see if this works. There you go. So you can see it says to Josh with a signature and a Bachita and the date. And there's some kind of there's some Japanese like characters in there, so that's pretty dope. So sorry, excuse me. If you don't know a lot about or I don't know if this is just Weebcon, but I think this might be across the board for Japanese voice actors and actresses. But I think how it works, since they don't want so many, scalpers and stuff like that. They or put certain things on the box that way you can't really resell them. The resale rate kind of goes down. So, like for example, you saw my name on there. Personally, I don't want my name on there, but it's super cool. I got to meet the Japanese voice actor, and hi, and so they put my name on there. They put the date, stuff like that. That way, it's personalized. That way, it's for you. So, like as much as I don't like it, I think it's still super cool to get it done. Um, but so I was really excited about that one. That was super, like this is my first Japanese voice actor to get signed. Like I said, I watch um Japanese subs, so this was super exciting. And before I go any further, I wanted to give a huge, 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 huge shout out to Duolingo. I know Javier always hates on me for Duolingo, but that's where I've been learning Japanese a little bit and Spanish. And for all the work that they're putting out to come out here to Japan, oh sorry, to America from Japan, super long flight by the way. Like that nice of them to come out here and sign up our stuff. I just thought it would be nice of me to actually get to speak in their language, and try to be respectful and stuff like that. So I said some stuff in like konnichiwa or arigato in Japanese. And I think they really appreciated that. So I was really excited to get to show that to them, but also get my Funko Pop sign. That was super, super dope. But these also are a little more expensive than these. So that was pretty cool. So if you're thinking about getting some Japanese voice actors, as you actually mentioned, just keep that in mind. But it was super cool to meet him. Super cool. Yes, 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 exactly. I don't know a lot, but I do know a little bit. So it's super cool to get to like actually use that person. Definitely, like this. I'm gonna be so dead ass with you guys. Go on Duolingo. Like I know it's a there's ads and stuff like that. I don't care. It was super cool to use what I learned on Duolingo. Go use Duolingo, bro. Because I have a story from Sunday. So amazing, so amazing. Duolingo actually came in clutch with me. Definitely go to Duolingo. That was crazy. And then lastly, Gojo. I want to say something real quick, because I know I feel like I have to, because I don't I like I'm trying I want to say I'm sorry. So for the Gojo voice actor, super nice dude, super nice dude. Same with the Denji voice actor, he was super nice. The Gojo actor is super super nice. But when he was talking to us, I felt really bad afterwards because I feel like I might have cut him off. So first off, I just wanted to say, if I did cut you off, I'm very sorry. That was very disrespectful of me. You were a super nice man. I had no like ill intent to do that. I didn't mean to do that at all. But I'm absolutely sorry. I did not mean to. So next time I see you, I'm definitely gonna apologize in person. But you're a super nice man. I really love seeing you. I did not mean to cut you off, at the end when we were seeing you. But it's super nice. I love Gojo. I think the voice actor is such an amazing dude. He was super cool. So, like I said, I'm really sorry for cutting you off. I did not mean to do that at all. That's on me. That was very disrespectful of me. So, I just want to say I'm really sorry. Gojo voice actor, super nice. But I got a signature, super, super dope. And this is the JJK Zero version of Gojo. Like I said, this is where I started off in my anime. So, it was super cool to get these signatures. And this is actually my favorite version of Gojo because he has like I guess, like the bandage covers, and that's my favorite version of Gojo. No hate to like the black cover or like whatever it is, like a headband of Gojo, but this one's my favorite. I really like this one. But yeah, no, the voice actor was super dope. He was super amazing. He was super nice. And like I said, I'm really sorry if I cut you off. I did not mean to at all. I'm actually very sorry. Very, very sorry. Super dude, super nice dude. I was really excited to meet him. And then after that, that was kind of it for my Funko Pops for that day. Because I was already kind of lot. Like, what is that? One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine. Yeah, that was a lot. That was a lot that day. But I wasn't done because I think we went through like 2/3 to like 2/4 of the day, maybe about half, a little over half the day we had left. Like I said, they had a bunch of this. We were planning on going to all the stuff later that night, so there's still like a lot more left. But like I said, we didn't. So we ended up walking around getting some stuff. So I wanted to show you some of the artwork I got, which is really really dope. All right, some of these or I guess all of these are Marvel Rivals artwork that I want to put on the wall back here for the stream. And like I said, I'm gonna put the artist in the bio so that way you guys can definitely go check out their artwork. So this first one was this Luna Snow artwork. I thought it was super dope. I like the little Jeff. He's so funny. He's like blowing bubbles or the bubbles, and then it was Luna Snow. So I thought it was really dope. This one it was like a deal. It was buy two get one free, and they're super cool. So I got this Luna one, and then I got it's not there. All right, and I got this Invisible Woman Malice one. This was super dope. And then the other one I got was is Emma Frost one. This was super okay. I'll pull that. There you go. It was super cool, super cool. And you could tell Jeff is back here, you know, blowing, being like a little waiter. So that was super dope. I was really excited to get these. I think the artwork looks really nice, and I really want to put them back here. So if you guys know like a good spot to put them, let me know. Next time, later this week, when I have my um, character concept and you see me talking over here, I'll definitely have them so you guys can see them. But like I said, super cool posters. I was super excited to get these. These look super dope. The artist looked amazing. So they're really cool. And then my other one that I got was this one. This was super cool. This was a Marvel Rivals one also. It has all the base characters that came out when the game first came out, but the artwork's super nice. Super nice. This one is a super cool one. And then I also got this cool like Galactica sticker at the bottom. If you guys can see that one. Super cool. I definitely want to get more of these stickers because they're super cool, and they have they have stickers for the characters that have dropped later in game. So that was super amazing. Like they have like Emma Frost and like, some of the Fantastic Four characters that didn't come out when the game first initially came out. So that was super cool. This one I definitely want to put up too. But I'll definitely put in this characters, or sorry, this artist website, so you guys can definitely check that out and maybe get this too. This was super cool. This one I was really excited about getting for the stream. That way I could put it in the back. Same with these other ones, these like other characters, artists. But no, definitely this one. This was super cool. Like my friend Javier, he went to an anime convention like a year ago, and he got like a Donadon one with the same art that I want to get in it eventually. But they did a really good job on the Donadon one and this one, so I was really excited to get this one. Um, but other than that, did I get anything else? No, I think that was mostly it for the day. I was kind of tired from being there all day, and that's what I said. I think that's when I kind of just like went home. I was tired instead of going to the rave. I really wasn't feeling it, so I was just like, all right, Javier, let's head home. And as soon as we got home, we passed out. I'm not even gonna lie. Like we actually just passed out as soon as we got home. Like I think I was awake for like maybe 30 minutes, and then I just passed out on the couch. It was crazy, especially with the next day, like being Sunday. And that day we really had to wake up because for the Dingy voice actor on Saturday and all the other Japanese voice actors, wow, those lines were long, especially Saturday. Like I said, Saturday was like your big day for like seeing everybody. Like I said, I didn't get to see Chopper and Mineta voice actress like Friday, so I got to like, catch up with them on Friday. Oh, sorry, Saturday. So not only that, but then I had to go see all the other people I really wanted to go see. So I was really thankful that I got to go do that. But like that was a busy day. You know, you're there from sunrise to sundown. You know, so but especially those Japanese voice actors, there's only so many, and only so many people can see them because they only sign so many signatures before. Because unlike the American voice actors, they're only there from like your times, and on top of that, they're only there maybe like Saturday, Sunday, Friday, Saturday, stuff like that. And then like within those days, they're only there from like maybe they'll have like two appearances that day, and those appearances will only be like 2 or 3 hours and stuff like that. So I was super thankful to get the Japanese voice actors that I got to see. But those lines are super long. But I will say, whoever's in charge of like the Japanese voice actors, one, thank you. That was super cool. And two, please get better line leaders. I don't know what was going on with those lines on Saturday, but it was all sorts of messed up. Like Sunday, like I'll tell you, I got there super early. I got there like 2.5 hours early because I was not waiting in like a long line. First like Saturday was all my fault because I got Like on Friday, I asked when they would come there, and so Dingy was there from 3 to 5, so I kind of got there like late. I got there at 2, and I was in the line for like a long ass time. You're like, Josh, you got there an hour early? I was like, yeah, and I was still like in an hour and a half line. And what's crazy is like I wasn't even in the line for Dingy. I was just in the line for Japanese voice actors. Like they didn't even split it up until like you got to the table where you could pay. And like so like that. That's what I'm saying. Like they could have done a little better job, to like split it up. But I mean, nonetheless, it was super cool to meet them. But definitely maybe next year get like signs at least to say like, hey, this is your Digi line, this is your Sanji line, this is your free run line, stuff like that. But I felt really bad for the people that didn't get to see anybody. Some of the people that they waited hours for. Like for example, when I went to go see Dingy, I was in line and the Dingy line eventually, and then like your free run line was like all the way over here. And like I was moving forward because I just wanted to see Dingy on Saturday. I didn't really want to see anybody else. I was only going to see two Japanese voice actors, and one of them was going to be on Sunday. But when I was in line, and the free run line was next to me, they ended up cutting off all these people. Like, yeah, she's not going to see you at all. Because, like I said, they can only sign so many signatures until they're done for the day. And that's not like, me, Javier, Billy Bob. That's number of signatures. So, like, if I have one, Javier has one, and then Billy Bob has five, Billy Bob's taking up five signatures, whether or not he's one person or two, you know? And I think the number was 131. At least that's what I heard on Sunday morning. So I don't know if it changed like day to, per day. Like Saturday they had more because it was like a longer day or stuff like that. But they have their set number, and whoever they get to and they finish on that, maybe there's a little time left to like extend it, but if their cutoff time is there and they've met that number, yeah, you're not gonna see them. So especially if you paid, like they might make you like let you like get in line early the next day, but if you're on that last day, yeah, you're cooked. You're cooked. And that's why I felt really bad. Like I get it, but there's sometimes you meet unfortunate circumstances, and that's another reason I hate scalpers. Like not only like card scalpers, but Funko Pop signature scalpers. Oh my God, they get on my nerves because like you'll be online and you'll see people with like five fucking boxes from one person. You're like okay, I get getting multiple signatures. Like I know you're like Josh, you're a little bum ass, just got two Chopper/Mineta voice actor Funko Pop signatures. Yes, or Josh, you little booty got two Yuta signatures. I think with the American voice actors, like if there's not like a limit and you kind of have more leeway, it's kind of like whatever. You can kind of get more signatures and get away with it. But I think like American signatures, I think getting two is pretty okay, especially like different characters or like it was the same character but like different like timelines or whatever. For example, like if you get like pre-time skip Luffy and then like post-time skip Luffy or like your favorite version of Luffy and then like Gear 5, like stuff like that. Or like if you get Spider-Man or and then you get Spider-Man without his mask, stuff like that, that makes sense. But like that's kind of like the same rule of thumb that you can get with like the Japanese voice actors, like or like if they voice two of your favorite characters, like if they voice like I don't know Chopper and Pikachu, stuff like that. Like that's not actually who voices those characters. Well, actually, I think it is for Japanese. It's Pikachu. The voice actress for Pikachu voices not only the English voice actor of Pikachu, it's the same voice, but I think she voices the Japanese Chopper, which is pretty dope. I'm pretty sure. But that's something else. I get that. I get two signatures. I think three's pushing it for Japanese. English, I don't really want to say yes, but I can kind of understand the argument. But at the same time, like, think about all the people behind you. Like, yeah, like you're paying for that. Like, I completely get it. And you're paying to meet your time with them and get all your signatures. But I don't know. I feel like it's also kind of weird. Like, you're taking up like all that time, with the actor, and they're only there for so long. I don't know. But like three, I guess American actors, I can kinda give you leeway for it. Like, no, what are you doing? Why are you not getting all these signed? I think kind of like anything like three and above, like certain circumstances, you're kind of like edging on scalper status. Let me just block these. You're kind of like edging on scalper status. But especially with the Japanese voice actors, that's really really getting to the scalpers. Because they're only there for so long, and they try to like people try to get as many signatures as they can. So like when I was in line for Dingy, there wasn't that big of a line, so I didn't get to see that many people with the dingy box. But like this free one act, like fans, oh my God. Either they really love free run or there's a ton of scalpers. And I just felt so bad. Because like I said, if you're only meeting so like oh, if you're only doing so many signatures and Billy Bob over here got like 5 boxes of free run, yeah. That's 5 people that could have got signatures, especially with a Japanese voice actor. So like that's another reason why I don't like the scalpers, especially because they like throw up the prices and then they have to write down exactly like that type of stuff. Like I said, I don't like my name on here. I want their signature because like they voice the character. But like I said, I get it because the scalpers like that. I just I hate scalpers, bro. I wish they didn't do stuff like that. I wish you could like they would stop doing that. But definitely see that like throughout the convention a lot. So be like on top of that, be careful of the prices for a lot of the stuff. Like I know like I'm not trying to be disrespectful to anybody's shop, but I know a lot of prices out there can be like really expensive. So do be careful. Like if you know the general price of something, like keep that in mind, and then keep in mind like you're at a convention, so they might make it a little cheaper, or they might make it a little more expensive depending on what the item is. Or like these signatures, like these are Funko Pops. These are considered like premium signatures. So these will be a little more expensive as opposed to like if you get like a print signed or something, or like I know like weapons sometimes are premium signatures, so those be a little more expensive than your average signature. So just keep stuff like that in mind. Sometimes manga will be premium, sometimes it won't be. It'll be a standard, but also keep that in mind. Like if you're going to get signatures and stuff like that. Um, yeah. No, I was saying like with the shops, just kind of be smart about like your prices. Be like, oh, that's a good price. Oh, that's pretty fair. Or like that's really expensive. Just keep that in mind. Don't let anybody like make you overpay or stuff like that. Also, keep in mind, like this is another thing. Like obviously you can buy whatever you want. I'm not telling you what to buy. I'm just saying be careful when you're buying. But another thing that I learned when I was at my previous 2 conventions before I came here is some of the stuff that you'll see there. Like obviously everybody sells stuff outside of the shop. They have their own websites online. Like I said, I'll put them in the bio. You don't have to buy it there. Some people do like buying it there. Like I wanted to buy these posters that way. I have them when I came back. That way I could show you guys, and that way I could put them on the wall. That way we can have them for the stream wall. That way, when I'm talking, you guys get to see cool Marvel Rivals and other artwork. But like if you missed out and you get like the business card, you can definitely buy it online. Unless it's like a convention exclusive, so that's a little different. But what I was trying to get at is like there's going to be some items there that one like a bunch of other shops will sell it, and I'm not just talking like Funko Pops or like action figures or plushies stuff like that. I'm saying stuff like 3D printed stuff or lasered wallets or like with your favorite characters and stuff like that, or like even some of like the print shops, like they'll just have the same artwork. So, and like I'm not, like I said, I'm not trying to disregard anybody's like station or like art, but some of it can be cheaply made. So do be careful when buying it. Like yes, it'll look super super cool, but durability wise, like if you're going to be spending like 40, 50 bucks on something, will it last? Will it, maintain like what you bought it for? Like if you're buying the wallet, like will the elastic break or like will it scratch super easily, ruining like the character on the front or stuff like that? So just be careful on stuff like that. Like especially like a dead giveaway is if like shop here and then shop over here and then shop like over here all has the same wallets. Maybe it's not their work. Maybe they're buying it from like a third person and then just selling that, making their own profit. Stuff like that. So do be careful. Stuff like that does happen. Like I said, I'm not trying to diss anybody's art or anything. So, because like when I go see people, I like to ask them like, "Hey, is this your art?" Sometimes they'll be like, "Yeah, this is my art." Or like, "This isn't my art." So I like to like buy people's art. I think it's super cool. But like sometimes I'll just buy art that's not theirs because I think it's dope. But do be careful. Like I said, stuff like that does happen. Um, but like I said, you can also buy whatever you want. I don't care. I'm just trying to like be nice and like let you guys know, especially if you've never been to a convention. But other than that, okay, so that was kind of it for Saturday. So Sunday, like I said, I got there super super early because I saw the Japanese voice actor lines. Um, and I really 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 wanted to go see Sanji, the Japanese voice actor for One Piece. And Oh my God, when I tell you this guy was super nice, I think he was my absolute favorite moment from the whole weekend. All these people were super amazing to meet and they're all special in their own ways, but I don't know, this guy was super nice. I was so excited to meet him, not only on top of him being the Japanese voice actor. Like I said, I love meeting him, but he was just super nice. Like the moment I got in line and I got to see him and I got in like the curtain to go see him, like I said, I used the Japanese. I learned a little bit like arigato or konnichiwa. I introduced myself. And he was super excited. He was super pumped, full of energy. And then I was telling him, I was like, hey, I really, let me show you the signature that way you guys can see it. I was like, I really like Sanji. I think he's such a dope actor. Yeah, such a dope character. Here you guys go. I was like, he's such a dope character. And he was so excited that I said that he gave me a handshake. Like, I don't think I've ever been more excited in my life. There's the signature, the date. So you can see the Japanese characters and stuff like that. He was super excited that I said that he gave me a handshake. Oh my God, that was my favorite moment from Weebcon. It's not too often like they'll give you like a handshake or stuff like that, but that was just so amazing. That I got to say I shook Sanji VA's Japanese voice actor's hand. Like, oh my God, that was super amazing. And then after he was done, I thanked him, in Japanese, arigato. And I could tell he was super excited by that. So I was really excited that I got to do that. That was such an amazing moment I got to share with him. But on here, like I said, there's like a bunch of Japanese characters on here, and it actually says to Josh, which is super cool. And they asked me, do I want it Japanese or English? And I was like, oh, I'll take the Japanese. I thought that was super dope. He put the date and he put his signature, so I thought it was super cool. I love Sanji. I think he's a really dope character. But I don't know. He was my favorite, absolute favorite from the whole like weekend. He was super amazing. If you ever get to meet the guy, definitely go check him out. He was absolutely such a great man. Like all these people were great, but he was the peak of the whole weekend. I was so excited that I got to meet him. He was super amazing. I don't know. I just love getting to meet him. And the fact that I got to shake his hand too was just so amazing because a lot of time when you go to conventions, something that you need to keep in mind is you got to keep your hands to yourself. Like I know you're like Josh, you don't have to tell me that. Like I know that. There are some people that don't know how to keep their hands to themselves, so do be careful, especially if you're cosplaying. Like some of the kind of like the rules are kind of like ask like for consent, and the same thing goes for the voice actors. Like don't like give them a hug without asking. Respect their personal space and stuff like that. Or like if you're like rubbing your nose, don't be like put some hand sanitizer on there first. Just kind of be respectful. Especially with like people in cosplay, if, like they're revealing parts of their body, to match the character, they don't want Billy Bob or whoever to come touch them, unprompted, or especially in their photo, don't just like throw that on them, like hey, and just put your hand there. They'd be like, hey, do you mind? Like, just be respectful, like hey, do you mind if I, shake your hand, or you might put my hand here, maybe they're not comfortable with your hand there, maybe they'll put it somewhere else, Just be nice. A lot of people are super nice there. They'll be like, oh yeah, sure, or no, I don't really. I'm not really comfortable with that spot. You might put it here, and then but they'll work with you, stuff like that. Or like if they don't want to give you a fist bump, if they don't want to give you a handshake, they'll give you a fist bump, stuff like that. So like that was super exciting that I got to shake his hand. Not a lot of people like doing that, so that was most definitely a plus. And then after that, because I kind of waited like a long time in line before like everything started, before everything got there. Once it all started after Sanji, I went to go see like my last couple actors. So my next actor was Aaron. You see I can find them from Attack on Titan. If you have not seen Attack on Titan, definitely go check it out. Such a great anime. Like definitely top like 10 anime in my book. But Aaron Yeager, Bryce Papenbrook, such a dope dude, bro. He's such a dope dude. Like not only, excuse me, is he like in everything that you've probably watched, played, seen? He's such a dope character. He plays Inosuke, he plays Aaron, he plays. I didn't even know he plays Red in Pokemon. Red is my favorite like Pokemon character next to Ash. I love Red, and so I didn't even know that. Like he's Red in the anime, so that's super dope. I was talking to him about that. Oh, he's also Kinta in Dandadan. So he's already a goat. He's sober. There's so many roles that he's played. It's super dope. I was super excited to meet him. He was such a nice person. I was talking about Attack on Titan and Quinta and stuff like that, and he'll sit there and he'll talk with you. Like some people, like they're busy and they don't really get the chance to talk to you for super long. So like they're kind of just talking to you while they sign, and then after that, like give you a fake signature, or sorry, they'll give you your photo or stuff like that, and they'll talk to you, and then after that, you're kind of just like, thank you, and you both go your ways. But some of these people, they'll take their time, they'll talk with you, like Gojo, which is why I want to say I'm really sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off. I like that wasn't my intention. Like we were talking with him a little bit about the Sukuna Gojo fight. He's telling us how he was a fan of the manga before he kind of or like while he was or he still is obviously, but he was reading it while he got like signed on a little before that. So that's super dope. But Aaron, Bryce Papenbrook, he'll talk with you. We're having like such a fun chat and stuff like that. And so like he'll take his time. He'll take his time and talk to you. So that's super dope. Stuff like that. I was super excited. I got his signature. I love Attack on Titan. He did an amazing job as Aaron. And go check out all his other roles. They're super dope. Go check out all these people. These people are amazing. Definitely go check them out. I was super excited to meet him. He was super cool. I loved getting to meet him. He was such a dope like person. Stuff like that. Next, though, I got to meet his love interest, Mikasa. This voice actress was my absolute second favorite person to meet. She was super nice. She was standing up. She introduced herself. She asked, like, what's your name? Stuff like that. She was talking to us. She asked if you had any questions, because I'm kind of awkward meeting all these people. Like, this is kind of like who I am. I don't really like know what to say sometimes. I'm kind of just like, hey, stuff like that. I'm kind of like nervous the first time I meet you because like these are super cool big people, and I don't want to like say anything like rude or anything. So I'm kind of just like not that I would. I'm just saying like I'm kind of like over here and they're over here. I don't like go. I'm not like an outgoing person like that. So she was super nice. She kind of like broke that shell. She was super nice to me. And then she was like, you have any questions? I didn't really have any questions because I already asked my question. I was like, what were your thoughts on like playing Mikasa or like I really the ending was super sad, and we were talking about that. She was saying, it was super sad. So she offered to, say a voice line for me. I thought it was super cool. And if you've watched Attack on Titan, you've seen the scene where she's telling Krista, are you gonna pick Aaron? Or are you gonna pick that bitch Ymir? And so her famous line, she got to say that in front of me, and that was super dope. And we are talking about Mikasa, and it was just such a dope moment. She's definitely number two. So it goes Sanji, her, and then probably Aaron for my top three. They're super nice. She was such a super nice lady. Definitely go meet the Mikasa voice actress if you get the chance. She was super nice. I don't know. She just left the last impact on me. She was super nice. You could tell she really loved. All these people love their fans, but she just put so much energy and like love and thought and everything. It was just so amazing. I just I sorry. It was just super nice to meet her. I just couldn't get over it. It was super nice. So thank you for that. Thank you everybody for that. Lastly, my last signature I got was Ask Ketchum signature, which was super cool. If you see on here, it says Josh, I choose you, which is super dope, and then her signature. So if you've never watched Pokemon, um, Ash is kind of like that main. Yeah, I would say main, just not story wise. He's like the main character, more main protagonist, or at least he was, because they retired him, and he's kind of finished with his journey, even though his journey was like 20 years, something like that long. But Ash was like such an integral part of my like childhood. I always used to watch the Pokemon cartoon, the anime, and so I know who Ash was, and I was super excited to meet her. She was super nice. I got obviously they don't have an Ash Funko Pop, so I got Pikachu, next best thing. But I was super excited to get to meet Ash. Ash is like one of like my childhood like characters that I'll never forget. So that was just like a full circle moment for me. I was really excited to get to meet her, and the fact that that was a cool like personal line on the Funko Pop was just super dope. Real quick, certain stuff on the Funko like on the signature or like on your Funko Pop will cost extra. So just keep that in mind. Like for example, like most of these people I only got signatures. Like most of the time, like your name, like if you dedicate it to somebody, it won't cost extra. but it possibly could. So like when you get there, like one, keep like a running tab, or I'd say beforehand, like keep an idea of like who all you want to go see, and then like kind of write it down and schedule it like kind of like how I did. Like Friday it's gonna be these people, Saturday it's gonna be these people, Sunday it's gonna be these people, and then like obviously who you really want to see in the morning, and then kind of descending order of kind of who you like still want to see, but like you can be willing to wait in a line, or like you can be willing to like see them later. Like if you know they're probably not gonna be there like later on, go see them first, stuff like that, or like stuff with like who's really popular. Like Aaron and Mikasa, I think will always be really popular because AOT is kind of just like a timeless anime, or like One Piece, or like Gojo because he's such like a really popular character. But like someone like Ash, no offense, but like they're not gonna go see them first in the day. They might go see like Ray Chase or Gojo, stuff like that, because they're like super popular and stuff like that. Or like I know the Denji voice actor and the Reze voice actor is super popular in the morning, and then kind of like as the day went on, their lines got shorter. So keep stuff like that, keep that in mind. But no, what I was trying to get at is that for these signatures, like quotes or like dedicating it to yourself might cost extra. So just be careful. But like the prices fluctuates. Like I was saying, like premium is about $60, and then like as like you get more popular voice actors, they kind of go up in price. So like Gojo, I think was 60. Mikasa and Aaron were both 70. Since it was a Japanese, it was 175. And then I think Ray Chase, like Cyclops, was 100. So like keep that in mind. Like kind of how like I did it after I did my schedule, makeshift schedule, and like that already changed like two or three times before I got there, and then it changed numerous times once I got there. But that is just what I used to keep myself on track, who I wanted to see at what time and stuff like that. And then when you get there, you'll kind of notice like, oh, there's a panel at this time for like One Piece characters, and like so and so won't be there at this time and stuff like that. So you kind of like put that in effect, or like you'll notice that like they like to be there early in the morning, or like they like to be there a little later than early, so you can kind of like get maybe like this guy, this girl over there, like done first, and then go get in their line, stuff like that. But yeah, no, certain stuff on here will cost. Like I said, a quote that's kind of like 10 or $20 extra, or stuff like that. So just do keep stuff like that in mind, like when you're buying signatures. And so, sorry, what I was trying to get at is like what I like did after I did my signatures is like I kind of like got like a general price. So let's say I did like $60, and then I kind of like maybe added like 20 extra bucks. So like let's say I made it 80 across the board, and then I did 80 times everybody that I'm gonna see, or like everybody that I'm gonna see, and then probably like the total number of things I want signed. So like if I like obviously like if I'm gonna see Chopper and Mineta, that's not one pop, that's two pops, so that's 160, that's not 80. So you gotta add all those together, and then kind of like that's kind of like the guesstimate of what your price will be. Like another thing is card. There's like sales tax, digital sales tax. So like there's stuff like that. So maybe like you want to pay cash, that we don't got to deal with the sales tax. We can get like an exact amount. So just keep stuff like that in mind um, when you're going, and then when you're buying stuff, or like if you want to get like your favorite character and like your favorite quote from them, maybe you can't get somebody else's signature or stuff like that. Maybe you're willing to sacrifice that quote just so you can meet those extra characters. So yeah, I'm just letting you guys know, especially if you've never been. That way you do know and stuff like that, and that way you're able to get all your signatures. Lastly, the last thing I got on Sunday was this really cool Chopper dressed up as Luffy, little plushy keychain thing that I'm gonna put on my backpack, which is super cool. I was super excited to get this. This is my last thing I got. He was like $15. He was super cool. Um, and then after that, we kind of just left because we were kind of like pooped out from the weekend. But Weebcon was definitely really fun. Like I said, it was my first anime convention. I definitely want to go back next year, and I definitely want to go see some of the animes that a lot of people were talking about there, or you got to see their like cosplays, and they're super dope. Like I said, I want to watch Gachi Free Ren, Fire Force, stuff like that. Sorry, my legs falling asleep. But yeah, that was super cool. Um, I learned a lot of cool stuff at the convention. Like one, I actually ended up watching Amazing Digital Circus, which was pretty cool because I saw a bunch of cosplayers there. And I didn't know what it was. Like I knew of it, but I had no idea what the show was. And it was actually a really cool show. If you've never watched it, definitely go watch it. Like you're like Josh, maybe it's kind of cringy, stuff like that. Maybe it's like no offense, but maybe it's like Has Been Hotel. Uh, like a tiny bit, but not really. It's kind of its own thing. And it's really, really dope. Like it has 8 episodes. They're about like 30 minutes each, and it's super cool. It's a super cool show. I think it's a really cool idea. The animation's really cool. I was actually gonna review, like I was gonna initially review it on the channel, but then I just like forgot, and I just ended up watching the whole thing. So if you guys really want me to like talk about it, let me know, and I'll review Has Been no, sorry, not Has Been Hotel. I'll review the Amazing Digital Circus before the episode 9 comes out if you guys really, really want that. And it's like a really, really cool show. So, like I really want to talk about it. And I'll definitely review episode 9 when it drops. But if you guys haven't seen it, definitely go check it out. Maybe go check out all these animes and all these characters and all these artists. Were so cool and amazing. Some other stuff I learned is that like I definitely like when I get married, I want my wife to be a cosplayer. Like that would be so dope. Like so many like those people put so much like love and like care into their outfit, like their costumes. It's super cool. Like they basically embody the characters. I think it's super dope. Like they do all everybody's costume is just super great. And no matter what they are, if they're like the most crazy obscure Miku, the man, or like there's Zenitsu or stuff like that from Demon Slayer, like all around they're super super dope. Those people are like definitely amazing. I love getting to see all the cosplayers there. But I think it'd be super cool to have like a wife that does cosplay. That would be super dope. Um, what else did I learn? Oh, please wear deodorant. I don't know like why we have to say that, but please wear deodorant. And please shower. Like a lot of people do, but there is some people that don't. So you're kind of like, what the stank? Please don't be that person. It's kind of gross. Especially if you're waiting in line for like a long time. You don't want to be standing next to like somebody that doesn't shower or anything like that. Just use common decency. Um, just do stuff maybe you're not comfortable with. Like maybe go check out like a really cool panel. You're kind of nervous. Go check it out. Stuff like that's super fun. You'll meet some really cool people there. Especially if you do go by yourself, or like even if you are with your friend, maybe you'll meet some like a new friend, kind of like how me and Javier did at the Mr. Driller game or stuff like that. Maybe go to that rave if you got the chance and you got the time and you're not super tired. Or go ask that person if you could go take a photo with their cosplay. Because, a lot of time, like I said, they'll be super nice. Like, yeah, yeah, yeah. Like for some people, not only are they wearing that just because they like that's their favorite character, but they kind of like taking pictures with people. They like making people happy that they get to see like some of their favorite characters too. Stuff like that. That's super cool. And so just like I said, be respectful. Like, do you mind if I take a photo, stuff like that? Don't put your hand anywhere you're not supposed to. Always ask permission and stuff like that. Be respectful. Like if they say no, be like, okay, well, thank you though. I appreciate that. Stuff like that. And something else, I don't say I really learned there, but there's like a lot of other cool voice actors that I really wanted to see, but time and money, because I was just kind of like, maybe I'll see him next time, stuff like that. Like I definitely want to go back to Ray Chase and get like a Tengen Pop signed from Demon Slayer, and I really wanted to meet all the Chainsaw Man people. It's like Makima, Chainsaw Man, Reze, all the American voice actors. Those are super dope. If you guys don't know, Makima voices Invisible Woman from Rivals, so that'd be really dope. So hopefully by then they'll have like the Funko Pop of her. That'd be super dope. I know they're coming out with the Deadpool one. Alejandro Saab, he was there. He was super dope. He voices Deadpool from Rivals. Um, I wanted to go say hi, but I also wanted to get his Funko Pop first to get it so he could sign it. So I'm kind of waiting till I get those, like till those come out, so I can go sign it, see him. But you don't have to. They have prints there that you can buy, or like you can bring really whatever you want for them to sign. But that's personally just me. I just like Funko Pops getting signed. Um, but yeah, there is a bunch of Rivals voice actors there. Alex Lee was there too. He's super popular. He does Senjin Woo from Solo Leveling, Daredevil from Rivals. If you guys don't know that, he's Zenitsu from Demon Slayer. He's so many other things too. I really wanted to see him. I know Javier really wanted to see him. We didn't get the chance. His line was super packed. But next time, hopefully we'll get to see him. Like I said, I hope they come out with a Daredevil Funko Pop. That'd be really cool. If not, I'll probably just get like a Zenitsu Funko Pop signed. Or I know Abby Trott voices Nezuko from Demon Slayer. I definitely want to get her signature. That would be super dope. Or as a Tengen, he was from Demon Slayer. Or Mitsuri, I pretty sure that's how you pronounce her name. The Love Hashira from Demon Slayer. He was there, or sorry, she was there. That was pretty cool. Or like Gojo, he voices the Wind Hashira from Demon Slayer, so that was pretty cool. I definitely wanted to meet him. I definitely want to go see him again for that stuff like that. Sometimes you won't get, maybe you don't have the money or the funds to go see like get multiple signatures. Maybe you can go see him next time, stuff like that, and maybe they'll remember you. Sometimes they're like, "Oh, hey, I remember you. Thank you for coming back." Stuff like that. So that would be really cool. Some other stuff I learned. Bring walking shoes. Like I have walking shoes. I didn't bring them. Biggest mistake. My feet hurted like or hurt all weekend because I was standing in the line a long time to get these people to get my stuff signed and just to meet them. So like you know, if you're maybe not good standing in line, like get comfortable shoes or like especially along lines of like the Japanese voice actors and actresses. I saw that they had like these little stools that like would like plop out like they could condense and stuff like that. That way not taking up too much space in the line. So maybe like bring like a little stool like something like that. That way you could sit down like the line's not moving or stuff like that. But I mean, if the line's moving, like I don't really see a reason why you need to sit down. And also like you want to be respectful of everybody else's space. Like if the line's like this long and your seat takes up like this much room, well then like as maybe like another person that goes to the line and stuff like that. So just be respectful of everybody else that's in line. Um, but I mean also like take care of yourself. Like, definitely bring a lot of water too. Like you get really thirsty really quickly. And like especially we don't want to pay like the prices at the conventions, like for their food and water. Like bring your own food and stuff like that. Like they'll check your bags. They don't really care about you like bringing food or water. Speaking of which, I'm pretty sure on your first day you got to get your bag checked, and then I don't know about the rest of the week because like I just didn't get my stuff checked, and like they didn't say anything to me. So like maybe you don't need to get checked. I don't know. They didn't put anything in my bag. Like they didn't put like like a tag saying like they checked me like on Friday. So like I don't know. If you want your bag checked, you go get it checked. I don't know. It was really strict, and then it wasn't. I don't know. I was really excited to get in there. I was kind of doing my own thing with Javier. Well, like, if you have a prop, you definitely need to go get that checked. That way, they know it's a prop and not like a real weapon. So definitely go get that checked because those did have like tags. Like they'll have like a little. At least at Weebcon, they had like a green like zip tie. Maybe it's something else at like another convention. Well, definitely go like definitely ask. That way you don't get in trouble. Because I think it's better to like have to step out of line and go get it real quick and then get back in line like when the line's longer than getting in there and they're like you didn't get this check and you have to go like waste your time. Especially if you're in like somebody's like actual line. You like you definitely don't want to leave then. So stuff like that, just be thoughtful, or like just ask people questions. Like people are super nice; they'll definitely answer you. Like I know I was in line a lot of times. They're like, "Hey, what line is this?" And I'd be just like, "Hey, this is so and so's line." And they're like, "Oh, okay, thank you, thank you." That's all. That's all it takes is like a few seconds. And like they'll do the same if you have a question. Like I would go up to a bunch of people like, "Hey, what's this line?" Or like, "What's in here?" Like sometimes I just like peek my head to see what it is, but sometimes like I couldn't because like the doors are closed. I'd be like, "Hey, what's in there?" And they'll tell you. They'll be super nice about it. People there are super nice, like I said. Um, Parking cost me an arm and a leg. It almost cost me like $100, or I think it did cost me $100. Like all 3 days, like definitely have your parking planned out. I guess like if I had to like fix something about the weekend, that's definitely what I'd fix. But one of the things I wanted was parking. Is like I didn't want to walk across like all of like the city just to go park. Just to, like take a bus, just to take a Uber, just to get over here. You get what I'm saying. I don't want to walk all that. So I kind of like paid to, like be like up close and like that way I could walk to and from my car. So like keep that in mind. But like if you don't really care about that, they did have shuttles like they were going from like another parking spot that might have been cheaper, stuff like that. Maybe like you're at the hotel, you don't have to like pay for parking. It's a part of like what you're paying for the room, or maybe you're Ubering, or maybe your dad or mom, grandpa, whatever is dropping you off, stuff like that. So do you have that in mind? Like I like it might say on like the convention website what parking situation is gonna look like, but do like keep like look into it, like look at the prices, stuff like that. Like $30 is a lot of money to park, but I think that was like for like 24 hours or whatever. But still stuff like that you gotta keep in mind. Like I said, food, you gotta keep that in mind. Don't pass out, like if you're in your costume and it's like really hot, like go get like a lot of water. Like I said, keep yourself hydrated. What else? What else was there? I don't know. It was like a super fun time. I had a really fun weekend. If you guys were there, tell me your thoughts. Like, what did you think about Weebcon? If you've never been to a convention, definitely go check it out if you have the money. And even if you don't have the money, like, you don't want to go get signatures, you just want to go be there and be a part of it, like, definitely. You definitely go check it out. There's a lot of cool people there. Just like go out there, hang out, go see people. Because, like, I don't want to say you don't have to go online to go see like the actors, which like because you do, but like, you could definitely like be outside of line, be like, oh look, there's Gojo or stuff like that. At the table. If that's really all you really want to do, just like see them from afar. Like, definitely go in there, go check it out, or maybe you have like a little bit of money, you can like buy like a charm or like a manga book or whatever. That's super cool. If you just want to hang out there, with your friends, definitely go check it out. Definitely go check it out. And that's not just for like Weebcon. It's for, like for any convention, but like this is the only one I went to. This is the only anime one I've been to. So that's kind of what I'm getting from telling you about it from. Is like my experience. Um, was there anything else I'm trying to remember all this stuff because there's a bunch of stuff that was going on that I was like I want to tell you guys about. Was there anything else I wanted to tell you guys about? Mm, I had like a few photos. I didn't really take a lot. Like I said, I didn't take photos of a lot of people. Most of them are just like me and Javier. Um, but I'll definitely have that photo of me and the VTuber on this thumbnail, which would be pretty cool. Like I said, if you know who that is, let me know. I definitely want to connect with him. I don't watch VTubers. This has never been something I've done. So maybe I'll get into it. That would be really cool. Definitely go check out VTubers. Some of them are really dope. And like I said, I want to like definitely check out Gamer Subs. Because I just want to see what it is. Like I know it's like a gaming drink, but I do want to check it out. Like it looks dope. Um, Other than that, like I said, everybody is super nice. I love getting to meet all these people. I'm so like thankful and lucky that I got to meet everybody I really wanted to. Like I said, always be thoughtful and respectful when you're there, not only to them because they're taking time out of their day and their weekend to go see you, especially on Easter. It's a holiday for some people, so I was super thankful to come and see all these people. And they have their own families. Like they don't have to show up. Like obviously they want to because they love the fans and they love, getting to see us guys. So that's really cool. Just be thankful, be thoughtful. Don't be rude or anything. So like thank you everybody that got me to meet this weekend at Weebcon. Thank you for all the signatures. Thank you for talking with me. Thank you to all the people that I ran into and I was talking with. You guys are super cool. Thank you for Gaylord Texan for setting it up. Thank you, Weebcon. It was all really fun. I really enjoyed my time there. I remember the last thing I wanted to tell you, but I'll say that in a minute. I'll say that for the end. Yeah, thank you to everybody that was there. Really appreciated my time being there. I can't wait to go next year. Thank you to all the Japanese voice actors that were there, American voice actors, artists, cosplayers, stuff like that. I'm really excited. I got to see the Japanese voice actors and the American ones. I'm really excited to see who they got next year. Hopefully, they got some really cool people. But all that goes to say, definitely go check out Weebcon. It's super, super fun. They have stuff for all sorts of people. Definitely go check it out. It's such a fun environment. It's super cool. But thank you. I really appreciate it. Thank you. All right, now the last thing I wanted to say is that I was making a joke with Javier that me and him are going to go to TwitchCon when I get super successful. So, like I told you earlier, one of my goals is to be like a really big Marvel Rival streamer. One of my goals is I want to get to TwitchCon in the next couple of years as a Twitch streamer. Like I want to be that popular that I'm able to go to TwitchCon. Because I was making a joke with Javier. I was like, Javier, a couple of years, like these lines is what it's gonna be like to come see me at TwitchCon. And I don't know. That's just a goal for me that I have. So maybe I hopefully I really want to get there. But all that goes to say, I really love you guys that come in the stream. Thank you for always coming in here, taking a moment to come chat with me. You guys are amazing. Even if it's like 2 seconds to stop by, say hi, I really appreciate it. You guys mean the absolute world to me. I wouldn't be here without some of you guys. So you guys are just amazing. I love you guys. Thank you for always, coming to talk to me about stuff like that. I make these videos for you guys. So yeah, thank you so much. I would love to be able to get to the point where I can be so popular. I go on a, TwitchCon and do stuff like that. That would be my goal. So if I ever get to that point, thank you. I'll probably say that 100 times if I see you guys there. Like, thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, I definitely won't have crazy prices. I'll promise you that. I'll definitely try to make them cheap for you guys. But like I said, thank you guys for always showing up in the stream. You guys mean the best to me. Love you guys. So other than that, that is my review for Weebcon 2026 in Texas. Such a fun day. Definitely go check it out. And Pitas, have a good day. I love you guys.